Hi everyone, welcome to your full predictive readings for Virgo season, which we've just entered. Very, very busy Virgo energy. Sun, Mars, Venus, Mercury and Juno all in Virgo. So very, very big, and Mars and Venus in Virgo also forming a trine to Uranus in Taurus. Major earth energy, major chance to make changes, major chance to make small changes with big impact because of the connection to Uranus in Taurus as well. Big month as a result. Explosive month as you're probably noticing looking at world events. Take the time to settle in. Get yourself sitting down or lying down if you can. Breathe in really deeply. As you breathe in, just draw in energy from the earth and allow it to fill you up. Allow it to ground you. Allow the earth to hold you. And as you breathe out, just let go of any fear or tension that you might be carrying with you. Allow the earth to take that away and recycle it into some fresh, clean energy. If you're here, please say hi in the chat and please like and share the video. Hi to everyone just tuning in. Hi Stony, hi Mahari, hi Michelle, hi Erin. It's wonderful to see all of you. I'm going to start off by getting a picture for the collective energies for this month. And then I'll move on to the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces. Remember, these are predictive readings covering the whole month. So come back to these throughout the month, see how you're getting on. Let's see where the collective is at this time. How is the collective feeling? Yeah. Very Virgo energy straight away. I mentioned Mercury's in Virgo. Here's Mercury in Virgo in card form as the 10 of Pentacles. And this is in our conscious minds. Wanting to feel secure, safe, settled in life. And this is the collective energy that is currently being disrupted, to say the least. To say the least. And that sense of collective security, optimism for the future, feeling like we can do this, we can do this. Those in power are doing all they can to disrupt that, to change the future in a way that is not comfortable, in order that they can clamp down with their own forms of control that they claim are a form of security, but in practice are a form of subjugation for most people and for those worst affected, and are also detrimental to the planet, to say the least. In the subconscious, 10 of Cups, safety, the need for it. Are you feeling safe? If you're not, if you're feeling anxious, tense, worried about the future, that's the energy of the time. So that is what you would expect to be dealing with. When we look at the fact that the Amazon has been set on fire quite deliberately by the Bolsonaro government in Brazil as an attempt to burn out the indigenous population who've recently been legally named custodians of that land. Those people who stand in the way and protect the planet are under attack. When we look at Donald Trump trying to buy Greenland, and everyone treats this as a joke, except that in the midst of this are the Greenlanders, who are the Inuit people predominantly, 90% of them, basically not people who can just be bought and sold, which is like, this is being treated as some sort of business deal or whatever else. This is ugly, and again, it's indigenous people who are under attack, as well as the planet, because what's the interest in Greenland? Well, it has oil reserves, gas reserves, fishing. They want to exploit the planet, but they also want to erase the lives of indigenous people. And this is kind of a vital component to this. And we see this across the world, every single threat there. Now, it's designed to overwhelm you. It's designed to make you feel hopeless, to make you feel anxious. But this is Virgo season. Virgo, with these planets, Mars and Venus, trining Uranus in Taurus, which means that small acts have a big impact. And this is the collective energy at this time. So what you are doing locally, individually, whether it's looking out for people, whether it's giving money, whether it's energetic work, magical work, helping to support people, activism, all of these things are going to help. We're coming from a place of the Seven of Wands. So in our past, like, we've had to defend the planet before. We've had to defend against brutal and ruthless governments, including fascist governments, before. So we come from that past of knowing what's possible. And that's why we shouldn't be overwhelmed, because they can be stopped. Because this doesn't have to be the disaster that our leaders want to create. Present Page of Wands. So we're new now. We're a new generation, new people, younger people starting to stand up against this and say, no, this is enough. We have to do something different. And that's going to be what comes up in our interactions in our day-to-day lives, as well as the bigger overarching political questions, because they're not separate. They're absolutely not separate. In our future, the Queen of Swords, and this is also a key part of it, seeing clearly, seeing alternatives, better ways of doing things, seeing the weak links in their armor, because we're not overwhelmed by them. If you're anxious, if you're scared, reach out for support, reach out to help people. That's also vital, but don't allow them to overwhelm you. Remember, our focuses are on safety and security, and that's what we give to each other. That's what we give to each other collectively. That's about holding together. That's about looking out for each other in terms of humanity as a whole, in terms of Indigenous people who are particularly under threat. But it's also about doing everything possible to protect the planet that is our home, that is the only place that we have. Small acts, big differences across this month, expanding outwards to more overarching knowledge with the Queen of Swords. That's the collective energy for Virgo season. Yes, it's serious, but it's also about us looking out for each other collectively in the face of those who are in power, in control, and don't care. I hope that makes sense as a collective energy. I'm going to move on now to the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces. And I'm going to start by looking at what Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising is dealing with during this Virgo season. Let me know how you're all doing today. Let me know how you're all holding up. Let me know what you've all been up to. So this is Aries, first of all. You're naturally independent, Aries. That comes through really, really strongly. Therefore, you're less hamstrung, less held back by the energies of the time, although they still affect you. So it's not only about putting a brave face on it, but what it is about offering a lot of support at this time. I feel like some of you may be a little emotionally volatile. You might kick out at people around you. You might take things out on partners in particular, but also on people who you're close to. You're coming in as the King of Cups. This is what it is for you this month. So you need to hold it together. You need to hold your cool, Aries. Very important. Movement, but without reactivity, without kicking out, taking things out on people. What it's not about is death. So it's not about endings. It's not about transformations. So I don't feel like breakups are a thing for you mostly at this time. I don't feel like rapid reconfiguration is a thing for you mostly at this time. What it is about predominantly is holding your cool. It's about returning to yourself as well with the Nine of Pentacles. Your inner strength, your inner reserves, the things that you can do for yourself that are really, really strong. Really, really strong. Keep grounded. Venus and Virgo right there with the Nine of Pentacles, one of the placements that we're experiencing at this time. And you're connecting to it, Aries. You're connecting to it. This allows you to be practical. It allows you to be methodical. It allows you to find solutions for yourself and others. And other people are likely to need your support at this time with the 10 of Cups. This also means that you may have extra responsibilities in looking out for people you care about. Those can be loved ones, those can be partners, those can be friends, those can be family members. But there's a need to kind of put your arm around them. Don't be set off by them. You can offer them safety, security, and strength at this time, Aries. Moves you to a place of the High Priestess. The more self-sufficient you are, the more of a grounding force you are. The more of a grounding force you are, the more you can help other people to stay grounded, to get in touch with their own feelings. This will also reveal to you deeper levels of your feelings, and this is going to allow you to kind of commit to things and stay the course rather than feeling like you need to tear them up and do something else. I hope that makes sense for you, Aries. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Notification popping up there, sorry. For Virgo season, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Okay. Changes are afoot for you, Taurus. There's reconfiguration coming within your life this month. They mentioned you've got Uranus in your sign with various planets aspecting it, and you do. And I feel you going off in new directions. This is a lot of reconfiguring. So I feel like you might be reconfiguring your relationships to people or your relationships to work. You might adjust your friendships. One of your friendships might become a romantic partnership. One of your romantic partnerships might become a friendship. You might change roles at work or even start to change in career. Very, very big, very, very big. And I say it's a reconfiguration. So I don't feel like most of you are leaving something behind or someone behind, but what you are doing is altering how you relate to them or to it. Coming in with death. Transformation here. A change. Offered a change as well. So you're getting this opportunity to explore things with somebody or something in a different way. And it feels really healthy. It's heartfelt. You're drawn towards it. What it's not is the Eight of Cups. So it's not leaving something behind. It's not giving something up. So maybe you get into a relationship with one of your friends. That's not giving something up. That's developing things further. Maybe someone you're dating You decide with them that you just want to be friends. Again, that's a development. It can deepen things. Maybe the way you relate to family members changes. Maybe your role at work changes. And your next step is the sun in reverse. So the sense that I get is not of rapid changes, rapid movement, rapid growth. It's slower than that. But the reason it's slower than that, and the reason for this reconfiguration, is because things have reached a natural place for that, a natural zenith for that. And that's why there's this little shift for you. Advice is the 3 of Cups. So this is also about what feels right, what's joyful. You can follow your heart on this, even if it's taking you off in a new direction. You don't need to be so rigid. You can take it slow if you need to, but make the changes that are opening up to you that you feel guided to make, Taurus. With the 7 of Pentacles, another Taurian energy, this is about growing in the direction you want. For those of you where it's work, the change of role or of approach, I feel, allows you greater expression, allows you more room to develop over time, and likewise in your relationships. This is all about room for growth for you, Taurus. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising for Virgo season. Hi to everyone just tuning in. Hi Sujata, hi Rose Gold, hi Super Angry Koala, hi Janine, hi Sophie. Don't forget to like and share the video, everyone. So this is for Gemini. Okay, Gemini. You're getting overwhelmed, Gemini. You're getting really overwhelmed by world events, by personal events. It all feels like it's pushing down on you a bit, limiting your ability to move, to think clearly, to feel clearly, to act clearly. You're probably overthinking a lot as well. Stuff is going round and round and round and round. It feels quite oppressive. Coming in with the Chariot in reverse. So I also feel like you may well be very disconnected from your feelings and what you want. You might be in a space where you are dissociating a bit. It's not about the 8 of Cups for you. So no rash reactions, no running away, because it's not actually coming from your feelings. It's coming from a program, from a process. A need for you to get into your feelings, but to do something with them, to regain a bit of control. You're feeling overwhelmed because you don't have creative output. You don't have creative focus. And you're going to find that. You're going to find that in action, Gemini. You're going to find that through activism. You're going to find that through personal creative pursuits. This is where you need to be focusing. Creativity is very Virgoan. So is activism that connects to the planet and connects to other people, actually. Very, very Virgoan energy for you to work with. Ace of Wands, 9 of Wands. You're stronger than this. It's not as overwhelming as you're experiencing it as, but you need an outlet. You need an outlet. You need an outlet, Gemini. You need to occupy yourself. You need to occupy your mind so as you can get in touch with your feelings. Takes you to a place of the 4 of Cups where you can start to feel into things, think differently, work differently, do new things that are effective, that make a difference, that make a change, that give you an output. And then that Chariot starts to become upright. You're freer, more able to move, more able to go, more able to be hopeful and optimistic about the future. I hope that makes sense for you, Gemini. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. Cancer. Cancer. Hi, R-Red. Okay, Cancer. You're moving into a naturally supportive role, Cancer. This is something you're very good at. It's something that's very, very natural to you. I feel like other people need help, need support. They're in your life. You can bring them around you. You can gather them around you. These can be friends. They can be family. Or they can be people you don't know that well, but you're in this supportive role. And I see you gathering people. I see big gatherings of people around you. Some of them are children. Maybe your own children, maybe friends' children, maybe nephews, nieces, grandchildren. But you're in this role of offering love, protection, warmth that is necessary because people are feeling under threat a bit with the 5 of Pentacles. They're feeling a bit isolated, a bit scared. You're bringing them together. You're offering them support. Support, support, support. But what you're not doing is dictating their ideas or telling them what to do. So it's not about the 7 of Pentacles. You're not in charge. You don't have to lay down the law. You don't have to set out visions for everyone by any means, Cancer. That's not your role here. What it is about is encouraging people to feel safe, confident, and able to come up with their own ideas. With the 8 of Pentacles, which is Sun in Virgo, which is where we're at, you're encouraging them to find their own creativity, their own vision, their own ability to learn, take on new ideas, develop new ideas, take things somewhere, make changes to their life. Small changes mostly, but they're feeling less paralyzed, less victimized, less scared as a result of that. The advice here is the Lovers. You are pointing to what is good in them, what you see is good in them, what they might miss. You are allowing them to feel secure. You're allowing them to feel affection. And in the process, you're becoming more confident about yourself. More confident about yourself as the Queen of Wands. This is who you're developing into. So you are holding this space that helps other people to come into themselves, to harness their creativity, their inner strength, and you are guiding them through it. I hope that makes sense for you, Cancer. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. Leo. Okay, Leo. The sun may be out of your sign, Leo, but I feel you very active, leading the charge. You're coming in straight away with one of your own cards. You're coming in with the Queen of Wands. So yeah, you're looking at world events, you're looking at local events, you're looking at this, you're looking at that, but you're not put off by it. You're going in hard. Some of you are getting out and protesting. Some of you are coming up with ideas that move things forward or change things politically. Some of you are simply out refusing to be put down and ensuring that you and other people have a good time. Whether you're out in the sunshine or going dancing or whatever else, it's an active energy that you're stepping in with, Leo. Well, it's not for you is the High Priestess. So it's not about pausing, getting into your feelings, relaxing, holding back. It is active for you, Leo. Active. You are coming up with new ideas and new visions in the midst of this with the Two of Wands. With the Moon, you might feel a little unconfident at times, but the unconfidence is an illusion. And I feel for the most part, you're going to be confident, optimistic. What's coming from deep can be more hopeful, clearer for you. And you can point a way for other people, not in the sense of telling them what to do, but in the sense of saying, well, actually, we can do it this way, and this way. And I'm going to go out and prove my point and show that it's okay and show that this is possible. This can happen. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And you're going to galvanize other people and offer them hope as well in that way. Very fiery energy for you. Very fiery energy for you. Your final card is the Six of Cups. So I feel like this is stuff that you might have held down or buried that you're bringing up, and maybe you're bringing out of other people as well. That optimism, that creativity. That, you know what? We're not letting them stop us from living. We're not letting them stop us from doing our thing. We are not going to be held in fear. We're not going to be forced into overwhelm. We are going to push out and do all we can right now. That's the energy that you are bringing, Leo. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Virgo. Stellium of planets in your sign at this time, Virgo. Sun, Moon very shortly, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Juno. Thank you, Sharmila. Busy Virgo energy. How does your month look, Virgo? Okay. As usually happens when the sun enters a new sign, you get the sun as where you're coming in, Virgo. This happens month after month. I'm very used to it by now. You're very much, you know what, I can handle this energy. I know where I'm at. I feel comfortable. I can do this. And you could be doing this. Slow down on the second part of it. Very important. This isn't about what other people are doing wrong, Virgo, or what they could be doing better. This is about what you can do with this energy that fuels you, that warms you, that allows you to move forward. So it's not about the Five of Cups. Don't be pointing to other people's foibles or difficulties or anything else. Other people are struggling and they need your warmth and your support at this time rather than your instruction or advice. You have the 5 of Pentacles showing up, and you have the 9 of Cups showing up. Recognize that this time might be more difficult for other people. They need your support. They need your support. They need your ability to help them to stay grounded, to not get swept up in things, to not get triggered, overwhelmed, or anything else. It's also a time for you to enjoy yourself, Virgo. Some of you, well, all of you Virgo suns got a birthday. Obviously, Virgo moons, Virgo risings, you might not, but it's an active time for you, certainly. With the 9 of Cups, this is a supportive energy for you to get stuff done, but also to be enjoying yourself. 9 of Cups and the Sun, having a good time. Having a good time, Virgo. Hugely important for you. But it's not about you getting on other people's cases. And this is really important as well, because when you get carried away, you feel, oh, I'm helping. Actually, you're not helping. You're harming because you're undermining people. Don't do that. With the 3 of Wands, hold back. Hold back, hold back, hold back. No need to force any agenda or idea on anyone. Focus on yourselves, focus on offering support, focus on grounding, and enjoy your month, Virgo. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. Libra. Libra. Time for you to go a bit slower, Libra. A bit slower. Some of you are quite ungrounded. Some of you are like, I don't want to rest. I don't want to rest. I want to do this and do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And all of this is to stop you from stopping and taking stock of where you're at. So you need to slow down at this time, Libra. You're coming in with the 5 of Swords. I feel like you might have overstretched yourselves, pushed yourselves too hard, got into a pattern of keeping yourself busy so you don't have to deal with your feelings, focusing on other people so you don't have to deal with your feelings. But actually, you have needs that you need to come back to at this time, Libra. And it's not about the Knight of Swords, so it's not about running away from your problems, nor is it about getting into your head, coming up with mental solutions. It's about connecting with where you're at, Libra, with what your needs are. You have the 9 of Wands and the 4 of Swords showing up. Ground yourself. I know I'm saying this a lot, but ground yourself. You're not the only sign dealing with that, but you have a big need for it. Come back into yourself. Write, draw. Take care of yourself. Self-care. Are you eating? Are you drinking water? Are you resting? Are you getting therapy? Are you seeing a counselor? Why not? Because you have the same needs as everyone else, Libra. You can't avoid that. You can't avoid that. You need to come into yourself and your own needs at this time. Slow, rest, in touch with yourself. Get stuff out on paper. Talk it through with professionals. Don't need to rush like you have been. Get into yourself. Ground yourself, get into those lower chakras. Because that is going to allow you to be freer in action in time. Not immediately, but maybe in a month or so. You're going to have stuff to do, new things to do, actually, Libra. With the Knight of Wands, you're going to need the energy for it, the impetus for it. And you can't do that if you're flying all over the place, because you will burn yourself out, tear yourself up, knacker yourself out. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Hi, Jive talking. I think the problem is if we talk about positive or negative energies, people say negative energies are a bad thing, and they're not. They're energies. Energies don't have a moral value or anything else. What we're dealing with there is we are dealing with active energies, receptive energies. We put it in those terms, we see a balance between them. When we say, oh, this is negative, then we're saying that something's undesirable, and it's not. It's part of life. We're here to work in balance with everything. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising for Virgo season. Hi, Sally. Scorpio. No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize, Jive. This is a bigger problem than anything you're saying. This is what our society does. You must be positive at all times. There can't be any negativity. Everything has to be active, forceful, and it doesn't. It takes us away from ourselves. It takes us away from the work we need to do. It's a form of spiritual bypass. It's very, very dangerous. Because when people talk about negative energies, what do they actually mean? Grief, anger, hurt. All the things that need to be felt and worked through that are a major part of life, of our experience, that if we don't work through, we take out on other people. And that's the problem with positivity culture, is that it denies us that stuff, denies us our hurts. It means that we repress things rather than feeling them and working with them in a healthy way. You know, of course people are anxious at the moment, of course people are scared. But there's stuff you can do, but not if you hide from it. Not if the moment you pretend everything's fine when it's not. You're on autopilot and then you're working with someone else's agenda. Dangerous ground. And that's one of the major issues facing our approach to the world at the moment. It just is. Like, we can't talk about how we feel without people stigmatizing us for it. We ain't going to get far. We ain't going to get far. Up to Scorpio, I believe. Scorpio. Scorpio wants to push forward. Scorpio really wants to push forward individually, effectively, isn't waiting around for anyone else. Scorpio wants to go and do their own thing with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is where you're coming in, Scorpio. This wants to focus. That'll be nice. There we go. Burst of action, impetus to action, Scorpio. And you're not really engaging with other people. I don't feel, with the Three of Pentacles, you're treating other people as being in the way, a distraction. I can't be dealing with that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Two of Wands, you want to be in charge. Now remember, you get to be in charge of your own life. You don't get to dominate other people, Scorpio. So maybe you're not in a great team working place, and that's fine. But what you can't do is demand that everyone else submit to you or do as you're saying or telling or demanding. It's about moving by yourself, for yourself at this time, Scorpio. And I feel this in terms of personal and spiritual development, especially you're like, I don't need to listen to a teacher at this time. I need to develop in this way. I'm going to move in this way. This is what I need to do. No one's going to hold me back. Crucially, Scorpio, don't antagonize them then. Don't perceive them as a threat or an opposition, because they're not. With the Chariot, you're expressing yourself, you're moving yourself, stepping out in new directions by yourself and not needing to feel held back. It's going to take you into a place of greater knowledge as well. So while I said that you're not having dominion over other people, what you are able to do is act as an example for them, pushing forward in tough times, able to deal, able to simply go when you need to, with the Messenger showing up as your final card. This is all about being able to express, push forward, not be held back. You're doing that alone this month, mostly, Scorpio, but other people are watching what you do, so set a good example. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. Sag. Couple of reversals coming up for you, Sagittarius. So parts of the world are in flames. There are massive, nasty things that various governments are doing. We know all this. We talked about it already. And yet you feel good, Sagittarius. You feel fantastic. You feel absolutely fantastic in the midst of this. You're like, actually, I'm good. I'm doing okay. I'm not letting the world affect me. I'm not letting the world affect me. Now that's good. That's good in a sense, as long as it's not about pure escapism. You have an 8 of Cups energy coming in, and I don't feel this is about leaving things behind. This is simply about not being affected by so much of what is happening across the world, or maybe more locally to you. So you're fairly unaffected. Now, what it's not about is the Page of Cups in reverse. So it's not that, but it's not that in reverse. So when we talk about the Page of Cups, we are talking about being able to start to express, to see beauty in things. And when that's blocked, then you're not seeing that. But it's not about that. So effectively, you're doing okay. You're handling things really well, but you can't have this I'm all right, Jack attitude where like, I'm doing good, so I don't have to worry about everyone else. Everyone else just needs to be more like me. That's not going to work. It's not going to fly. Got to be more empathetic than that, Sag. You have the King of Wands showing up. You also have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse showing up. So, no, you can't get bogged down in the nitty-gritty, in small things, in the minutiae, and what other people are doing. You're going to get bored, frustrated, and you're going to run out of there. So you're going to be doing your own thing at this time. Sad, sure. You feel good, you feel empowered to do it. That's fine. However, this has to be tempered a bit, okay? has to be tempered a bit, because other people still need you to at least talk them through stuff. Be there for them. Don't ignore them completely. Now, you don't have to get drawn into things, but other people still need your support. Even if you can't guide them through every little detail, they need to know you're there. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Don't allow your thoughts to take you away from people. Now, you don't need to be affected by what's not yours, but what you do need to do is still hang on to supportive, empathetic, humanitarian ideals, Sagittarius. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Just give me a second. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. Capricorn. Let's see what you're dealing with for this month. Whoa, excuse me, I've just lost the window. There we go. You're feeling quite inspired, Capricorn, on the one hand. On the other hand, you're frustrated that everyone else you're deciding is in your way, even though they're not. So you want to push on, you want to get going, you want to do more. I want to do this in work, I want to study this, I want to practice this, I want to create this, I want to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. I've had a great idea, I want to move on it. But I can't because they're in the way, and that, and that, and that, and that. So you start blocking yourself. You start blocking yourself if you're not careful, Capricorn. These planets in your element, there's no need for that. 8 of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo, you're able to move. You got the impetus, you got the ideas, you got the practical ideas. So why are you coming up with every reason under the sun why you can't do it? Not about the Magician for you. Another Virgo energy, but it's not about that. So you don't have to get into those little details and what if this and what about that and what and what and what and what. Don't bother. Don't bother. Just get on with things. With the 5 of Cups coming in additionally, this really is about you inventing every reason under the sun why your great idea won't work and then blaming other people for it. And yet it will if you do the work, which you're good at, Capricorn. You're very, very good at it. In fact, you're a King of Pentacles. Everything comes together for you. Absolutely everything comes together for you if you get the fuck out of your own way, Capricorn. Only person in your way here is you. The only obstruction is you. Once you stop coming up with every reason under the sun that self-sabotages, that self-defeats, that does all of these things, you're much freer with the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. So get the fuck out of your own way and get on with the things that you're inspired to do, Capricorn. It's a really good month for you. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. for Virgo season. Okay, Aquarius. Okay. Focus for you, Aquarius. Focus. Don't get carried away. Don't get distracted. Focus on what you want to build and create and maintain. You have big opportunities coming in. You also have a lot of means at your disposal at this time, Aquarius. Things are fitting together for you with the Wheel of Fortune. Supportive energy for you, Aquarius. Something you can take advantage of. Unless you get distracted. Unless you try and do too many things at once. And it's not about that. It's not about the Knight of Wands for you. And the Knight of Wands here, I feel, is that scattergun approach. It's taking a machine gun and doing everything in every direction. No, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. It's also going to antagonize and alienate people. And why? You're going to do really well if you don't do that. So, you know, you got to keep a bit of self-control and self-discipline at this time, Aquarius. Focus on what you truly want, what you truly desire. 3 of Cups also means being nice to the people around you, being kind to the people around you, being diplomatic, approaching things with a degree of diplomacy, articulating, not getting frustrated because there's no need, because you're supported, knowing which buttons to push, knowing how to approach different people. Consider your actions, consider your approach. Take your time over it. 6 of Swords, take your time. There's no rush. No rush. Don't need to do everything at once. Don't need to be in situations that don't fit right with you. But what you are doing is building for the future. And with the tools you have and the opportunities you're getting, I feel like this is going to be very successful for you. If you don't rush, if you're patient, career opportunities, job opportunities, love opportunities, financial opportunities. Feel these coming in for you at this time, Virgo, Aquarius. 4 of Pentacles. All about your focus on those areas. What is going to bring you the most joy, the most fulfillment? Focus upon that. Don't feel the need to go any wider, and don't feel the need to get drawn into anything that cuts away from that. I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. The next sign is going to be Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season. You're allowed a break, Pisces. You're not here to martyr yourself. You're not here to push on when you're struggling. You're not here to ignore your needs, not here to ignore your feelings, not here to get locked into them and over-dramatize them either. But I feel like it's hard going for you. I feel like you're struggling. I feel like you're trying to push on regardless. And I feel like it doesn't have to be quite so fast. And I feel like you can do other things, change course, take risks. What it is the Knight of Swords. What it's not is the Seven of Pentacles. You have to just keep going, keep going, keep going. Like, it's like you're like out on the road in the heat and you're collapsing from it. And it's like, go get some shade, go get some water. Look after yourself better, Pisces. Look after yourself better. Placing a strain on yourself with the Five of Wands. And look, there's the plants wilting. Difficulties. Oh, but I'll make do. You can reach for the things that you need. It can be easier, smoother. It doesn't have to be so hard going with the Page of Pentacles. Calm the fuck down. Look at easier ways of doing this, because I feel like you're making it harder for yourself than it needs to be. Now, yeah, you're pushing on those things you want to achieve, sure, but there's other ways. Things that involve your needs being met, that involve self-care, community care, rest, rehabilitation, not martyring yourself. Takes you to a place of judgment. There's an easier way of achieving the things that you want to, Pisces. There's a better way of achieving the things that you want to. Remember, this is Virgo season. It's your opposite sign. It's a mutable sign. Small changes have big effects. Adjust your routines. Look after yourself. Slow down. Don't feel like you have to push yourself beyond your limits, Pisces. I hope that makes sense for you. That's all 12 signs. Thank you all so much for being here, for tuning in, and for your likes, comments, and shares. Please remember to like and share the video. Please remember to subscribe and enable notifications. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, leave me a donation or anything else, get in touch with me for any reason. Details are just in the box below. Hi, Sophie. The waiting time is around 24 hours. It's no more than that. I take bookings at 24 hours notice, so I have spots tomorrow and I have spots on Wednesday if you would like to book in for either of those. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful Virgo season. I'm going to see you all again really soon with your weekly video anyway. Thank you all for the warm, loving and supportive atmosphere that you create on this channel. Please remember to share my content if you're able to. That helps a huge amount, means a huge amount to me. And please get in touch if I can help you with anything at all. I'll see you all again really soon. Thank you.